AskReddit by Ethereal Echo. What improved your quality of life so much, you wish you did it sooner? Stretching. OMG, my whole body feels so much better, I move easier, it's just easier to exist. Thank you for this. I'm stretching right this second because of you. Apologizing rather than being stubborn. I've struggled with anger management since I was a child, and I've learned it's much easier to apologize than to ruin damaged relationships. And even if you're not wrong, just owning your part in any misunderstanding. I started a meeting today with "I apologize that I came across as making a unilateral decision without consulting anyone else. I worded my statement poorly, that forestalled a lot of complaining, and we were able to get to the real purpose of the meeting right away, namely, that I was right and they were just a bunch of big, whiny babies." I started working 4 days a week. Literally every aspect of my life instantly improved. Yes, same. 5 is too much. Read more books. It's amazing how quickly I turned from wanting TV to just wanting books. Quit drinking, moved and cut off bad friends. Quitting drinking made such a difference for me. I'm not an alcoholic and still enjoy the occasional drink, but it just stopped being worth feeling like shit, so I rarely drink now. Decent mattress. Holy fuck. I had no idea how much better life is when you get a decent night's sleep and not wake up stiff and sore. I had low back pain for years that has now completely cleared up. I feel 10 years younger. I hear this regularly, but what mattress was decent for you? We bought a really expensive B set 20 years ago, so it almost certainly is ready for retirement, but I have no idea where to start, and every mattress sales place, on or offline, seems like a snake oil factory. A Roomba I found at Goodwill. I am so confused why nobody is raving about their Roomba, and I realize, most people with one that I know, have money. My Roomba has saved me so much maintenance time as a single, full-time working parent. I cannot explain how grateful I am for it. My cat and daughter always end up having little specks around the house, and I have to do a full vacuum sweep every weekend. Turning the Roomba on every day has drastically reduced that and makes my house feel cleaner. Wait until you discover the little robo-mops. I started sleeping 8 hours a day. And life is so better now. I feel calm, relaxed, and just healthy overall. On that note, listen to your body when it comes to sleep. For my whole life I had been telling people that I feel best on 9-10 hours, not 7 or 8. Yet when you look it up, it seems to be get 7-9 hours sleep, which is not enough for me. Then recently, I find out most of these studies were done on men, not women, and it's looking like women actually do need that extra hour or so. Sleep the amount that feels good for you. If 7 feels good, try for that. 10? Then do 10. This isn't always easy. I'm definitely not always getting the 9-10 I need, but it's something I try for. It doesn't matter what others are doing, or what works for the average person. When it comes to sleep, your body will generally let you know what you need, and you should damned listen to it. I stopped caring about what people thought about me if I said no. I used to feel a lot of pressure to go out, to help people out, etc., and finally realized that when the shoe was on the other foot, people had no issue saying no to me. It took a huge weight off my shoulders. Learning to say no was absolutely my first thought. It's merely liberating and definitely feels like a massive weight is lifted from your chest. It's liberating on such a weird level if you are someone like us who's always willing to accept the pressures of others. After a huge breakup, I realized that I have only myself and no one on this earth. Someone can of course help you and talk to you, but at the end of the day you're alone in your bed, and those people are living for themselves. So trust yourself, love yourself and be yourself. You are irreplaceable. This is perfect. No one else can be responsible for your happiness except you. I tell my grandkids this all the time. Don't rely on other people to make you happy. Letting people help me. I used to always think that people in my life would love me more if I never really let them in, especially when I was struggling. I got to a pretty dark place because I didn't want to be a burden to anyone else. I was suicidal. I thought that nothing could make my life worth living. It got so bad I couldn't hide it anymore. I got better because I stopped isolating myself and I let the people who care about me in. I let them help me, listen to me and be there for me. Leaning on those who are close to you is the best thing you can do. Being vulnerable is hard and sometimes it hurts, but it's also necessary in order to create meaningful relationships with others. I think that is one of the most important things we can do in life. I'm so grateful for my friends. Wishing you greener days. Taking magnesium. I've struggled with sleep my whole life and taking magnesium has been a game changer, and I've also noticed how my anxiety has gotten down ever since taking it. I take it every 2 days. Gym. I wish I could start earlier. Change to boxer briefs. My balls thanked me. Could your balls always talk, or was that the magic of boxer briefs? Giving myself an hour in the morning to get ready as opposed to straight out the door. Drink water in the evening. A ton. Especially if I'm drinking alcohol. In fact, water all the time. Regularly hit the gym. Learn to cook. Switch to cycling and trains. Become my own boss. I absolutely need at least 30 minutes before I have to actually get ready for work to just wake up and resign myself to what the day requires of me. Last week I unfortunately woke up only 30 minutes before I had to be at work and it screwed me for the rest of the day. I felt like I never woke up that day. Stop falling in love with people's potential. That's just your imagination you're in love with. See PPL for who they are and actions over words. I need to work on this. Can I just say that I love your question? I'm looking through everyone's posts to see what I too could benefit from. Thank you everyone. Stop saying yes to most things. Stopped smoking cigarettes. I miss it sure, but I feel better and a lot of my daily life is better. Using an oral irrigator. Shit works so good it's like a cheat code. My gums used to bleed, even with regular flossing. Since using my water pick I've had zero gum bleeding. Putting my trash can where it's convenient, and not where it's aesthetically pleasing. Loving myself. I have been loving myself since my teens. A breast reduction 100%. I always had enormous breasts, think like double GG, and I have a petite frame. I spent my younger life being sexualized too early by men who saw my big breasts as an invitation, embarrassed in swimsuits and tank tops. They were uncomfortable and so heavy and hot. They gave me heat rashes and bruises and pain in my shoulders. I felt like they were the first thing anyone saw about me. After a good friend of mine passed away from sepsis, it woke me up and I thought literally, what am I waiting for? My insurance covered the surgery and it was intense and hard, but I never regretted it for a second. I wish I could go back and tell my 22-year-old self to get it done instead of waiting until I was 35. The biggest blessing in the world is not noticing my breasts on a daily basis. I am free. One of the family friends was 22 when they made the choice. Boobs came back with a vengeance, breastfeeding 3 kiddos in quick succession. Second reduction at 40. Double mastectomy for breast cancer at 45. She always jokes she should have lopped them off completely at 22. Great lady. Retire. I worked until I was 73. I was fearful I would be bored not working. Guess what? I am not bored. Hey, did your cell ever stop being a bitch? How was the cruise? Downsizing. Getting rid of the clutter around me. Instead of having duplicate and triplicate of everything, now I have one good one, whatever it is. I quit keeping all of the kindergarten art that my kids could care less about. I was unafraid to take loads and loads of stuff to the charity thrift or to the dumpster. I have one good set of pans, one good set of knives, one good pair of AirPods, etc. I should have done this 20 years ago. I need to do this.